Mum, I'm gonna record now, so don't speak to me. Alright. So, hi everyone. I just wanted to make a little video because I know that a lot of people will be struggling in this hard time. Obviously, we're into our like 4th week of lockdown now, and I know there's a lot of people like me who will be struggling with their mental health, and I just wanted to give a few tips on things you can do to just add a bit of brightness to your day and to keep your mindset really positive. So I just wanted to let you in on the little things that I've been doing and things that I've been reading about as well, and if I can help at least one person, then it will all be worth it. I feel like my head's getting quite after it. Oh, I've got balloons all over my bed because it's just been my birthday. Like, I don't plan on moving them anytime soon though, because it's literally cheering me up. But yeah, obviously it's a really weird time because it's something that none of us have experienced before. It's nothing any one of us has anticipated. Like I was saying to my friend the other day, if someone had said to us in January, say like, oh, by April you're all going to be locked inside and you can't go outside unless you're going to exercise or go to the shop or to the doctors, we'd all be like, no, that sounds like something out of a crazy film, no way would that ever happen. But here we are, and it's our reality now, so the only thing we can do is deal with it as best as we can. So I've made a list of things on my phone that I wanted to talk about, so I'm just going to get straight on into it, and hopefully it will help at least one person. So hot. Like, I'm actually really glad that the weather's nice outside though, because I feel like obviously we're all really sad that we can't go out and go to beer gardens, whatever, in the sun, but imagine if the weather was horrible. Like, we'd all be so much sadder. Like, I swear to God, the weather has such a massive impact on our moods just as well as everything else, so we're quite lucky really. So the first thing I would want to talk about is something that I received as a gift it was for Christmas actually. It's just a book, I've got it here actually. It's Vex King, Good Vibes, Good Life, and it's about $7.99 on Amazon, I think. And it'll probably sound like I'm absolutely bullshitting here, but this book changed my life. And I wouldn't say that lightly, and I wouldn't say it just to promote it or whatever, because no one's telling me to do this. But when I say that one book can change your whole mindset on life, this book is it. Like, it honestly, it targets so many different areas. Let me just have a look in the contents and see if I can tell you anything about it. So it includes things like what is self-love, which in my opinion, I've got to know is one of the most important things in the world. Like, you genuinely can't have any other relationship or anything without loving yourself first. So the fact that the book starts with that just after the introduction is so important, because I feel like that is the first step to improving your mindset. So it's really laid out well as well. And it talks about the law of attraction, which basically is the fact that you attract everything in your life. So the things that you put out there are the things you're going to receive. If you think positively, you're going to receive positive things back. If you're constantly thinking negatively, you're going to receive negative experience back in your life, because it's just things that you're projecting and you're going to expect to receive it back. Because in a way, it's like what you believe that you deserve. So it's a really good thing to read about. Also, the law of vibration. So we have basically a vibration in us. So basically the book talks about that we're all separate energies, because we are basically made up of energy, and we're all reacting to people around us. And the law of vibration is basically that we have our vibrations, and it's either really like good and positive, and if you surround yourself with people that are going to lower your vibration, or you're taking part in activities, or you're just lazing about, obviously it's good to do that sometimes, you need to chill out, but you're just going to lower your vibration. And then the next thing's about good vibes only, and obviously that's good vibrations. That's obviously talking about you're going to up your vibrations, and therefore you're going to up the vibrations for everyone else around you as well. The second part is about positive lifestyle habits. So it's about surrounding yourself with positive people, changing your body language, take some time out, find some inspiration, stay clear of gossip and drama. 100% something I am never doing again. Like, the fact that you could even be involved in so much drama and whatever, like, that's just going to stress you out 100%. About nutrition and water, expressing gratitude is really important. If you're grateful for everything around you, then you're going to receive more things that you're grateful for. You need to study your emotions and really take note of the emotions you're feeling so that you can try and do activities or make your own little changes in order to change the emotions that you are feeling. You need to be aware of the present, and you also need to meditate. I won't go through absolutely all of it because obviously it'll take ages, but I'll just tell you about the different parts that are in the book. So there's part 3, which is make yourself a priority. Part 4 is accepting yourself. Part 5 is manifesting goals in your mind work. And part 6 is manifesting goals and then taking action. And part 7 is pain and purpose. And it talks about the fact that pain changes people. Lessons will repeat themselves until you learn that you can't get yourself into situations that you've already been warned of before. You need to notice the warning signs in order to make sure that doesn't happen. You need to know that you do have a higher purpose. It talks about money and greed, and then the final bit is about achieving true happiness. And honestly, this book is just, it will change your whole outlook on life, and that's just basically what I'm going to say to you about it. And you have to read it. Honestly, it'll make you feel so much better, and it's a great time to do it because you've got all the time in the world now to read a book. While we're on the topic of books, I'll just show you a few more that I've got. So the first one is Zen, The Art of Simple Living. So it says, slow down and find happiness by shifting your everyday habits and perspectives, drawing on centuries of wisdom. What's up with you? Renowned Zen Buddhist priest Shunmyo Masuno applies the essence of Zen to modern life in clear, practical, easily adopted lessons, 1 a day for 100 days. You're literally knocking everything over. Honestly, it gives you 100 things, 100 days of ways to change your life and just make yourself a lot more calmer. This one I received as a gift. It's Bloom for Yourself, number 2 by April Green. This one is like a combination of poetry. I think most of it is poetry. Yeah, some of them are just longer than others. And honestly, poetry is one of the things that really inspires me creatively. So it just takes your mind off everything. I've also got Milk and Honey, which is a poetry book as well. And then I just got these two. I genuinely think they were from The Works, at the craft shop. Natural Highs for Body and Soul, and then How to Be Confident. They're great books to have. I think that's the only ones I have. Yeah, but books like this, it's genuinely like, the way you live your life is based on your mindset. Like, your mindset is genuinely the key to how you live your life. So if you're feeding your mindset with all this kind of information, then it's going to boost you automatically. So it's a really great idea. So yeah, the 2 apps that I've been using are Yoga and Workout Women. I'll try and show you on my phone. So it's in this little folder. I really don't know if you'll be able to see it. But basically, it's this one and this one. The background for it, for the Workout Women one, it's just pink with a W on, and then the Yoga one is purple lilac with just like a figure doing the easy pose. Those are 2 things that you can do every day. Yoga, the morning one's great because it really re-energises you and gets you ready for the day. And then the workout one, obviously if you're a man, there'll be man versions, or you can do the Workout Women one because who knows, it's just going to work as well for you because it's just exercising your body. So honestly, it pops up on your screen and it'll be like, time for your yoga session, time for your workout session, and it just makes you get up off the sofa and you're like, right mum, move out the way, I'm going to do a yoga session. Also, in my little folder I have the motivation app, which just pops up at the top of your screen every now and then. Just gives you a bit of motivation, which honestly cheers me up so much. And I have Daily Teachings by The Secret app. If you haven't watched The Secret on Netflix, it's honestly amazing. Sorry, I'm just going to eat a watermelon super sweet because it's my favourite thing in the world. And they're just so nice. And the next thing I want to talk about is micro lifts. So basically, imagine a normal life. You're going to uni or you're going to work, and something tiny like you drive in and someone lets you out and you both smile at each other and you're like, oh, that's lovely. Or you go to get your favourite coffee, or you smile at someone in the street, and without you knowing, these little things boost your mood throughout the day. These are called micro lifts. And obviously when you're at home most of the time, it's less likely to be happening. So you have to make sure that whilst in lockdown you're doing things to boost your mood now and then. So for example, stay connected with friends, like FaceTime them, go in the house party app, get them all together, watch your favourite film, do a bit of exercise as mentioned. keep yourself into a routine as well. Like I can't believe me even saying this is the biggest hypocrite, because I literally woke up at 2 p.m. today because I was up so late last night watching Too Hot to Handle on Netflix, which is a great series if anyone is looking for something to watch on Netflix. But from Monday, well, it's basically from tonight because I'm working tomorrow from home, I'm going to try and get myself into a routine. So set an alarm for the morning, make sure you've got some breakfast in, maybe do some yoga, do a little workout, go for a run. It's really nice to get out in the sun whilst it's sunny at the moment as well. Just maybe try and make sure that your bedtime is around the same time, because you need to keep your circadian rhythm going the same. So basically you've got a rhythm of your body, and that's when it knows like when to wake up, when to go to sleep, and the more you keep your circadian rhythm healthy, you're going to feel so much better on yourself and energized. So it's a great idea. So yeah, routine's the one, and I'm going to take my own advice on that as well. So another thing I wanted to talk about is limit your news exposure. So obviously I feel like every time you wake up in the morning, it's all anyone talks about. You turn on the telly, on the news, it's all they talk about. And towards the beginning of lockdown, I was watching the news every minute. Like every time it was on, I was like, quick, Boris is on, get to the telly, watch it. Whereas now I just try and look at the headlines. I have the Sky News app on my phone, so they always pop up now and then whenever something important comes through. Make sure you're reading them so you're keeping up to date with what's going on, but don't torture yourself by watching it 24/7, because that's what you're going to feel like the whole of life is consumed by right now, when really we all do still have our individual lives. And obviously it's an awful thing, awful thing, but you need to protect your mind as well. So just limit your exposure to maybe the headlines a day, and just think about each day. Like the worst thing you can do is think about the future right now, like, oh, 3 weeks time what's going to be happening. The worst thing you can do is live in the future at the moment. Don't live in the past either, don't dwell on it. Live instead, think about what am I going to do today, what's productive, what can I do. Don't worry about what we don't know about yet. I didn't want to make this a massive long video because I know everyone will get bored to death, but so the last two things I wanted to talk about is, oh sorry, I did that, obviously everyone's doing challenges on Instagram at the moment because we're all in lockdown and no one has anything else to do. And I've just been challenged down a pink gin and lemonade, so I've just done that, and now someone's done it as well, so that's great, something to do as well. So yeah, the two things last that I wanted to mention was obviously the Headspace app is great if you like got so many worries in bed at night. I know that you thoughts do surface at night because you just sat there in the dark and your mind's got all this space to just go crazy and think about everything. The Headspace app is great, or on YouTube there are guided meditations. It'll just have, you can pick the kind of music you want to listen to, like oceans or forests or whatever, and then someone will just talk through it with you. But basically you're just listening to the voice and the music, and then as soon as you know it, you're asleep. And it's a great thing to do to just make sure you don't overthink at night. It's brilliant. In isolation, we have a lot of time on our phones and in front of screens. We need to limit that time, but also it is something to do. And watching your favourite film and FaceTiming your friends are great things to do whilst using the screen, because it's obviously going to be a micro lift for you and it's going to boost you up. But a great thing to do on social media at this time is maybe switch up the pages that you're following. Like I follow a lot of inspiration pages, like, oh sorry, there's a fly flying around, like positive quotes, stuff like that. Just things that are like really encouraging and show things about the empowerment within the community at the moment. Like these are the things that are going to make you smile. Like don't sit comparing yourself to pictures of girls on Instagram. Obviously that's more towards girls, but I feel like men may do it too. And whilst you're sat at home for so many hours a day, there's so much opportunity to do that, and comparison is what kills us. Like just don't do it, it's the worst thing for your mind. So yeah, just switch up your feed, make sure you're limiting the exposure, but obviously give yourself time to chill if you do need to. So I feel like that's most of the things I wanted to say. I'll probably come up with loads more things after I end this video, but yeah, I feel like that's everything I wanted to say. Like these are the things that I'm mainly doing to keep myself focused and on track. Healthy mindset, positive life whilst we're in lockdown is one of the most important things at the moment. And yeah, if like I said, if I had 1, 2, 3 people doing this will be worth it, because I know I would love to be able to watch something like this, but obviously I do my own research, so I've been googling it, I've been looking at what other people have been doing, but I just thought I'd compile them all into one video to help whoever I can. And I really hope wow, my words. I really hope that it has helped at least a couple of people, and if anyone has any questions or wants any more advice or wants me to expand on anything that I've mentioned, just message me on Instagram. It's Ella Wilson-Ferry. I've put it back on public now, it's been on private for ages, but I just thought if I'm gonna post a video like this or something, I'd rather more people be able to see it so I can help more people. Yeah, and I think that's everything. So like I said, if you have anything else that you want to ask, just message me or comment below. And I really hope everyone stays as happy as they possibly can in lockdown. Lots of love.